Can you hear me or see me?
Hey, all right. I can hear you. How's my sound?
Yeah, all good.
Nice. Are you still on the bus?
Yeah. The bus driver's been driving for too long, so we've had to stop at a service station and well, yeah,
Grim.
yeah, I know. I'm like, surely you can just push on for the next 30 minutes, but no, apparently not.
Well, there you go. I don't think we've done a pod on a bus before, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're on the team bus.
Oh, beautiful. Mate, I thought you were just on a coach.
No, on the team bus. So just parked up.
Did you ever watch those videos back in the day? GCN used to go into the team buses. It was Matt Stevens. He'd roll in there and start playing around with all the shit in the bus. I used to love those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I should do that more often.
I don't know. I feel like once they got through the wall, it was kind of, it lost its shine because
Yeah,
they were all
yeah.
until they went in like Cofidus bus, it was just, a caravan.
Literally.
Yeah. Do you recognize this shirt, mate?
I can't quite make it. Is it Ballarat Fair Uni? No,
Yeah, it is. It is. This is
I
actually
can't quite make it out.
the same shirt that I wore when you won the crit title on Sturt Street.
Mm. Really? Love
Yeah,
that.
same one.
Bit of a
It's
throwback.
actually
That was a good day, actually.
Yeah, yeah. This is actually this is a women's small. It's Gracie's. Just
uh,
the uniform bloke never got to me. So
yeah, that's the way it goes. All right.
um, what's the deal with the bus? Where are you actually going?
Well, I did a couple of races over the weekend. Well, yesterday we did Ronde van Limburg, and then we drove like 4 hours to Paris last night. And then today, yeah, it's taken like 5 or 6 hours to drive the rest of the way. We're going to another race in France, Boucles Alamein, which is
Uh,
like a 4 day, well, it's 3 stages and a prologue, so 4 days.
yeah,
Um, should be good actually. I'm looking forward to it.
yeah. Prologue. That'll be all right for you, eh?
Yeah, 5K prologue. It's pretty technical. But yeah, hopefully it's dry. So yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to the prologue. It's yeah, pretty short, like about a 7 minute effort. So
Mm.
yeah, should be good actually.
Did you do that prologue at remember the Herald Sun tour? I'm pretty sure they did one at the centre of Melbourne.
Yeah, I never got to do it. It was like
Oh,
right on South Bank, eh?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
always wanted to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that would have been sweet.
I was watching the videos this morning of the highlights of that Van Limburg and that final corner, Grunewagen just sent it. That was
Yeah, towed it up, eh?
that's how
Yeah,
you
the
do it.
camera doesn't really do it justice because like the last, I don't know, it's like up, it's pretty uphill for the last like I don't know from like 600 to that corner, which the corner's at like 150 meters to go. Like it's quite uphill.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, he just came with so much speed, and then when he started sprinting out, he just had him in the first couple of pedal strokes as soon as he came out of the corner. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's a really good win. Super happy for him. It's been like 4 months since his last win or whatever. So
Wow.
it's really good
Yeah.
for him to get that.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with like there was a couple of good guys there. Delee was there. And even though he kind of got pushed off by Moschetti, but to be
Yeah,
honest, when he did kick, once he finally got a bit of clear air, he didn't really have much. It didn't look like he had much anyway. So
yeah. I reckon he was a bit like his legs were pretty gone by the time he got to the corner.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. Oh, that's sweet. How good. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Kel, why don't we talk about your season so far? Let's talk about your classics.
Yeah.
What would you package up your how would you define your classics season? How do you think you went as a self
Um.
you know?
Well, I mean, I started. quite well with nationals and down under.
Mm.
Yeah, I was in quite good shape there, and I was pretty happy with how my form was through the summer and on the track as well. I did a few track events throughout the summer in Australia and New Zealand, and then yeah, did UAE on the way over from Australia to Europe, and then yeah, kind of kicked into the spring and not not massively happy with how my spring went. I still had some good days here and there, but not no results that I was looking for. So uh, yeah, back to the drawing board, I guess, for next year. I mean, maybe a little bit less intense going through the Australian summer might be a bit of a play for next year because I just sort of felt like, the wheels have fallen off a little bit by the time I got, into the thick of the spring.
Really?
Um, yeah, but I mean, as a whole, like as a team, we had a pretty successful
Mm.
spring. I mean, Matthews was going
Oh,
unbelievable, obviously,
yeah. Yeah.
and they won there. So that was really exciting to be a part of. And yeah, I mean, I no love loss at all. I absolutely loved it, but just not quite the results I was hoping for in the
Yeah.
spring there. So yeah, I had a nice little reset after Roubaix. Had a week and yeah, got going again for a couple of weeks, and yeah, starting to get a few more race days under the belt now, and yeah, getting ready for the back end.
Mm. I suppose you're still you're still learning about how you're going to go after different starts of the season, right? Like different pre-seasons, different, race plans leading into your classic. Like last year was a really good year before as well. And so did you feel like different at the start of this classic season as well? Did you feel loaded up or
Yeah, definitely. I like the last couple of years. I've had really good preparation going into the classics, and I
mm,
didn't have bad preparation this year. I just think that yeah, I just think that it was a bit overloaded maybe, and I missed out on the key races going into the classics that most classics riders do, like Paris Nice
yeah.
and Torino.
Oh yeah.
Um, Whereas I've done in years previous, um, and yeah, it's always hard to just carry that form over from the 5th of January all the way through till middle of April. So
Mm,
um, yeah, I mean, it was for a purpose. It served a purpose, absolutely.
mm.
Some really good work here in the Aussie summer and in UAE and stuff. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those things that kind of take that and learn from it next year and go, well, it's most of the riders that do well in the classics, pretty much all the riders that do well in the classics, all do either Paris Nice or Torino, and I know I've done that in years gone by, and it's worked really well. So
Yeah.
I think next year that'll be the aim is to kick off the spring with one, and hopefully that sets me up a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, come E3 and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I just forgot what I was about to say. Oh, that's right. Well, I guess yeah, you said you had as a team, you had some great results with Matthews. That guy, man, he's just always in form. Like I reckon he's gonna look like he does now when he's 90. He's a specimen.
He's actually unbelievable to work with, because um he's just like quite simple in how he like approaches it in a way. But then like if you just tell him like this is where you need to be, like you need to be top five wheels at this kilometer mark, like he's just there, and it's just unbelievable. Yeah,
Yeah.
just does it every time too. Like I don't know if I've ever done a race with him and him not just like completely commit to, you know, this exact corner is where I will be in the top 10 wheels. So it's
Yeah.
pretty unbelievable.
Yeah. He's always in shape for the races too. He never turns up you never see him in bad form, not.
Yeah, I mean, like, who even knows what his bad form is? Like, his bad form's still probably like
Yeah.
unbelievable, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. It must make him a lot easier to. Oh, fuck. I'd be humming if I was working for someone like Bling in the team because they're
Yeah.
always consistently going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about being on this team, really, is that no matter what race you're going to, you've always got, Dylan
Mm.
or Bling or Caleb. There's always
Yeah.
even if you don't have personal goals for the particular race, you've always got such a massive common goal that everyone's working towards, which I think is really good
Mm.
within our team. Is that no matter how you're going, you've always got something to look forward to. Like we know Dylan's in good shape, we know he can do it, or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So um, yeah, the team really thrives on that, I reckon.
Mm. Mm. That's why you're sitting in that bus, Kel. Is there like designated seats?
Not designated. It's kind of like uh, for, um, just whenever you get to a race, you just sit down wherever you sit down. Really. Um, I mean, I'm not even sitting in my seat. Well, I don't know if you can see this. I like this seat, the
Oh, yeah.
second from the front
Yeah.
on its own.
Why?
Like Dylan or Yatesy or someone will sit, at the front and with the two chairs or whatever. Pretty much everybody gets a chair. Um, Durbo normally sits down. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Durbo normally sits down the back.
Oh,
Um,
does he?
yeah, he loves sitting down the back of the bus. But I kind of move around too. I have my seat, but I also
Mm.
need a coffee machine for a while.
Mm. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah,
If I was a professional rider, I'd be taking a spot for the bus, and what I would do is make it my own by ruining it. Just by staying,
yeah.
just maybe just stretching the fibers a bit, couple of nicks in the seats, so no one wants to sit on it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, I mean, cups are a little bit different, so the seat you might like sitting in on one bus might be a bit different on the other one.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, you gotta make your mark. But most people just leave, as you probably saw then. People just leave their shit on a seat,
Yeah,
claiming it.
yeah, that's a good way to do it too. Um, the weather is a big talking point at the moment. I saw one of your stories a couple of days ago. You're out in the elements. Like it was snowing
Yeah.
while you were riding. What were you doing?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like that all the time, but yeah, obviously in the Pyrenees, it comes and goes pretty quick. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was like my last pre-race ride. When I went racing, unfortunately, there was just no way getting around it. It just had to be done, and because I had to travel that afternoon. So,
Right.
yeah, it was like snowing pretty full gas. um,
Is
but
there enough?
luckily, I mean, yesterday in Belgium we had stunning weather. So
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Is
yeah,
there
can't
enough
complain with that.
clothing, Kel? Like, is there enough? If it's snowing, is there enough actual clothing where you can be comfortable?
The train, I mean, especially like in Andorra in the Pyrenees, like you're pretty much going uphill the whole time. So it's not as bad as say like if you're in
Mm.
Melbourne or something in the middle of winter. In Melbourne in the middle of winter, it might only get to 4 degrees or 5 degrees or something. But it's just like the kind of cold that just gets in your bones. Whereas up there, it's kind of that dry cold where you get away with it a little bit. But racing is a bit different when the weather just comes out a bit less than you would be out training. That's when it starts getting a bit niggly. I think just like it doesn't matter what kit company you got or
Yeah.
however much clothes you got on. Sometimes you're just going to get wet and cold. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. I reckon when it gets that cold, you just got to abandon the kits. Abandon the kits. Like for today, for example, if they actually had to ride up the Stelvio or whatever that pass is that they missed out, I'd be going back
Mm.
to the team car for the Udi. I'd say, where is it? In the back? Because
Well,
you
it's
would survive
it's
with that.
funny you should say that because a couple of times I've been out training like in Andorra, and it's just been one of those days where it's like you probably shouldn't ride outside
Right.
no snowboarding jacket on, like a full snowboard jacket,
Yeah.
hood over the top of the helmet, and
Yeah.
then you're good as gold. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you might get a little warm, a bit hot, but I'd take that over freezing to death any day.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I've done a couple of feral bikepacking rides, right, where it was just pissing with rain the entire time for like 6 or 7 hours, and it was going to do the same the way back. I wore just cycling bibs, but then the rest of my kit, I had like t-shirts, I had hoodies, non-cycling stuff. Because I mean, especially average punters, like to buy that sort of stuff, it's like $600 for a jacket. You just, yeah,
100%.
yeah. So you just find what you can.
A lot of that wet weather gear as well, I find is just like, obviously it's really expensive, like all cycling equipment is.
Yeah,
I just find that it doesn't add up to how expensive it is either. Like none of it,
no,
there's no rain jacket, cycling specific rain jacket that actually just like really will keep you dry. Like you got to just like accept the fact that
yeah, yeah,
and even if it is a rain jacket that will stop the rain completely, you're probably going to sweat like buggery underneath, and then you're just going to be wet anyway.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
so
I used to work at
big stuff works better.
yeah, I used to work at a cycling manufacturer company, and yeah, the prices of what something costs versus how much it costs to actually make is obscene. It's absolutely
Yeah,
obscene, and
yeah,
but it's probably like that for everything. Like, a North Face jacket, maybe the best one in the business, costs $600 or something. I mean, I'm sure
yeah,
the most expensive part is the zip. I don't know.
yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
oh, it reminds me. So the last couple of eps I've been asking this question, your favorite bit of kit that you get from the team, but not like cycling clothing, but something, a bit off bike. Like for example, both Jensen and Jai said their bag, like their Oakley or their Touré bag that they just have on their backpack. It's a bit meh.
previously I would have said the suitcase. In previous years, I might have said the suitcase because they are good.
Right.
But now, I reckon it'd probably be either this crew neck I got on or the hat. This year we got a little Nike sponsorship, and
Hmm.
I'm an absolute. I probably can't say the word. I'm a very big fan of Nike, so um, I feel like once they brought that in, I was pretty happy.
Yeah, the Nike is a massive flex.
That's it. I love it.
Yeah, big fan of Nike. That's the Nike crew. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Nike too. I like that.
Yeah,
And the dad cap. It's a dad cap style, isn't it? That's what
it's
we like.
yeah, perfect. They've done well.
Mm, mm. Um, remember Adidas? Adidas had Team Sky for a while. They made their kits. Yeah, I didn't
That
like it.
was so cool.
I didn't like
Went
it.
to the tour. That was cool. I like that. It was like it definitely wasn't Adidas kit, but I like that he was just they were just running like Adidas socks. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was cool. That was
Yeah,
a cool little sponsorship. But like, I mean, Nike in cycling hasn't really been massive since Lance. You know, like it
yeah.
odd occasion you might have seen some. It's like obviously Cav with the Nike.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from that, you don't really see Nike in cycling anymore. So
Mm. There's a lot more of
yeah,
those
it's cool to
brands actually that pop up. The non-traditional cycling brands like Hugo Boss. They're rolling. I
yeah,
think. I think they're doing maybe Bora. I think they're on Hugo. Um,
yeah. Hugo Boss. Yeah,
yeah, like brands like that. The watch brands are starting to come in. Some of those more
yeah,
luxury items are good, which uh, it should trickle down to the riders too. If you're out
100%. Yeah.
for it. Um, okay, yeah. What about this? So, for the people who are watching, the last couple of stages was been really cold, or today's stage, for example, at the Giro. When you're on the bus about to go and race one of these stages, when it's going to be really cold, and it could be raining, could be snowing, what's actually going through your head? Are you kind of dreading the stage, or are you kind of, I don't know, almost thinking about who might be eliminated before we've even started? Like, what's your mindset, mate?
I mean, it's different a 1 day race when the weather's bad, but I don't love it, but for some reason I thrive when the weather's bad. I always race well.
Mm.
Um, which is interesting because I love the heat. I love it when it's hot, but
Mm.
for some reason the racing style I really like when it rains. Um, how it is at the Giro. Oh, I mean, my main concern is just staying warm and like
Yeah.
and which items I'm choosing to wear. Like feet is a big one. I hate wearing shoe covers. I absolutely hate wearing them, but they're just a necessary evil on a day when it's terrible weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in one day races when it's when the weather's bad, you can pretty much guarantee that the minutes will be 20 or 30 less than if it was dry.
Yeah.
It just eliminates so many riders just by
Mm.
I don't know, just because the racing is just
Mm.
harder and it's more grim, really, I guess.
Yeah, God. Yeah. It's one of those days. The general punters definitely don't want to be professional riders. Or
No, good one to
actually,
watch.
yeah, or Sunday, or on Sunday when they're doing 5,500 meters.
Yeah,
That's mental.
it's brutal. It's brutal. That 222K, 5,500 meters climbing. That's a big day on the pedals.
Imagine Big Milan, eh? The big horse just hoofing his.
Some of those big boys, Max Walshide from our team,
Oh,
I think he did like 8,500 calories that day or something. Just,
oh,
just silly.
yeah, yeah. The Italians love them. Okay, so uh, what's the story with uh, when do you find out about Paris? Is there like a set
Uh,
time or is it?
yeah, so I think next week we find out the riders that have been nominated.
Mm.
Like internally, we'll
Yeah,
be aware of who's been nominated, and then moving forward after that, I don't reckon the team will be announced for another month at least. So probably
yeah.
5 6 weeks away from the team being announced.
And
Um,
with the teams with suit, do they pick like is there like a sort of a short, is there like a short selection of seven riders, eight riders, or so that yeah, that group is sort of training, sort of in preparation to be selected?
um, yeah, I mean it's already currently sort of like that. But
Mhm.
I think as of sort of next week there'll be 5 names, four riders and a P reserve.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
um, yeah, I mean I'm the deadline is that they have to put those names forward to the AOC, to the Olympic Committee, but
Yeah.
I imagine that's within the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, I mean, the training group will probably be around, how many is it? There's probably like 8 or 9 guys, to be fair,
Wow.
um, total. But yeah, the guys that'll be going to the games is about 5 or 6,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and
Um,
5 will be there.
is it? I mean, 'cause obviously you've been to the last one at least. Must be a big. Like, is it hard to? Is it hard, or does it interfere with your motivation for road, with your focus on the track, or is it kind of complementary?
No, not so much. I mean, it's good to have something else as well, like there's something brewing in the background. I'm
Yeah.
constantly on the road training and doing my job um, and racing on the road. And I'm still very keen to keep going after results for myself on the road. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's the Olympic Games. Like, yeah, it's, it's a very exciting thing to be a part of. But I think it's more afterwards, the come down of coming out of the other side of the Olympic Games is a bit of a difficult one, and it's in a tricky stage of the year. It's in August, and then you've still got another couple of months of racing ahead of you.
Yeah.
So keeping the head screwed on after the Olympic Games can be a
Yeah.
challenge, but
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I'm very excited to, hopefully if I get selected, my country again another Olympic Games.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, let's hope. Let's hope. I'm trying to remember what the actual dates for the track because I will be in the area for this, but I don't know if I'm there when the track is on. Because did you know the tickets for the
Yeah.
track they sold out in 48 hours? I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, track cycling's a real hard one because it's such a small venue. You know, it's not like
Mm.
going to see the athletics where they can fit 100,000 people in.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
in a big cycling velodrome.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the team pursuit is on the 5th, 6th, and 7th of August.
Of August.
Yeah,
Oh,
5th, 6th, and 7th of August.
geez. I wonder if any like footy style, there'll be someone scalping a ticket out the front.
Surely.
We're there. We're there literally those days.
Yeah, right. What are you doing over there? Are you on a holiday or are you going over to see the tour or
Um, yeah, a whole host of things. Yeah, a whole
yeah,
host of things,
right.
including those, but around the Olympics for the back end. So, um, I was just hoping to catch an event like the badminton or something. But if the track's on
Mm.
there, 6, 7, oh, we're totally there.
5th, 6th, 7th. And then the Madison's on the 11th or 12th or something.
Every string, Kel, every string that I have touched or got, I will be pulling. I'll be pulling
Yeah,
strings.
well, I can attempt to pull a few strings for you myself if need be, but they're the ticket.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. I'm going to try and talk with Paul Collins next week.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I
Surely,
messaged him, and I'm sure he'll have something. He'll have something. There'll be something
it'll
going.
line you something up. Sure,
Yeah, I can.
get
I can clean the wheels or something.
accreditation.
Yeah, I'll come clean the kit bags. Come clean the kit
Yeah,
bag.
surely.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, sick. Um, well, anyway, let's hope you get the selection. That'd be really sick, mate. And
Yeah, fingers crossed.
yeah, fingers crossed. Now, has it taken any time? Like, what was it like? What's it been like riding the new bike, the new Factor?
Oh, yeah, uh, I've been a part of the process in developing that bike. Sorry, Australia's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a part of the process in developing the bike, which has been quite cool. And
Oh,
the
really? That's cool.
first couple of iterations of it were um, you have a company that's never built a track bike before building a track bike. There's always going to be,
Yeah.
they're not just going to pull a bike out of the mold and it be perfect. But yeah, we put a lot of work in, and so have the other Team Pursuit boys that live in Australia. They've done a lot of work in getting the bike right. And yeah, I sort of, I don't know if debut is the right word, but debuted it in a Team Pursuit at the World Cup in Adelaide.
Oh, yeah, in
Yeah,
Adelaide.
so
Yeah, yeah.
that was quite successful and had some good sensations on the bike. And yeah, they started rolling out all the new bikes into the rest of the squad, and everyone seems to be quite happy with it. So yeah, that's really good feedback for Factor and for us. And yeah, I guess the ideal scenario is it's the winning bike in a couple of months' time, really.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Yeah, and
Yeah,
if you're listening, of course, listening, we'll talk with Paul Collins about the bike, and we'll go deep into it because he's
yeah. Well, I mean, he's the man to ask about all the deep dark secrets of it.
yeah, deep dark secrets. That's cool that you got to help develop it. I mean, that's just a cool thing to be a part of, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it's more just like giving feedback on. I mean, they have the whole brains of the organisation. It's more that once they got the bike ready, they said,
Mm.
"What do you think?" And then we get to have a few, little inputs here and there. And Tim Decker, the coach, actually had most of the significant input on it as well. So it's
Yeah.
been a real collaborative process between all of us.
Mm. Timmy just got a nice win on the weekend, I saw too.
He did. He won the mount. I can't believe it. It's honestly, I was so happy for him. I messaged him straight away. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. That's yeah. I mean that race means I don't know the world to Timmy. So to see him actually get the win, he's been trying to win that thing for forever and a day. So it's pretty awesome that he got it done.
How good. Yeah, what a guy. Love Timmy.
Yeah,
Good man.
not many team pursuit coaches can win it. Anyway.
That's right. Yeah. What are the other team coaches doing? Nothing.
Not
Yeah. No.
that.
Okay. So, um, I got a couple of scenarios for you, Kel. Last week I had a cracker that everyone seemed to like,
Mhm.
but I won't just drink it out of the TPR bottle at the moment. On sale for $20. Shameless plug. Um, this is
Strong.
filthy, actually. It's still got the gravel on for weekend. Anyway, oh, you got the AirPod Maxes.
Sorry, I had to swap because my thing's about to die, and I had the wired headphones plugged in, so I had to swap them.
That's good. What are they like?
I mean, I actually bought them off Lucas Hamilton secondhand, so I got them quite cheap. Um, I don't know if I would. I don't think I would buy them for the retail price,
Yeah,
to be honest.
because they're
I
like
like them.
600, I think, Australian.
They're a lot. They're a lot of money. So, um, yeah, I don't know if I would
Mm.
retail price on them. I do love them, but I also got them for less than half price. So,
Yeah, you would do that. Yeah, they're a bit of a flex. I've got these Sonys, right? They look, I don't know what they are, but they cost me about $400. These have been
yeah,
these have been pretty good to
I've
me.
I've heard very good things about them. To
Yeah,
be honest,
no, they are good. These are like 2 years old. Definitely rate them. Sony W something. Here we go. W1000 XM4s. There we go. And
yeah.
you know why I bought them, Kel?
Why?
I bought them because when I started my job 3 years ago or 4 years ago, my actual job, um, it was so noisy in there. It was so noisy. All these people babbling away. They were so loud and annoying. And I couldn't stand it. So I just impulse bought those and I use them every day.
Something that would noise cancel a bit. Yeah, love
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. And good for flying too, because this is another thing that people don't know. I don't like flying. I think the plane is going to fall out of the sky at all times.
Right, you got
So
a fear of flying.
yeah, I do. I put the headphones on, and because I don't want to hear
Yeah,
any sounds, I want to hear nothing. You
yeah.
know?
Me too. I'm a bit the same.
Yeah.
I need to have headphones on the plane because yeah, it's just a bit of a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Or you know what it is? It's when you're on a different plane. Because I'm used to the plane across east now all the time. I know the flight
Yeah,
path. I've done it that many times.
yeah,
I know the sound of the Virgin, A770 or whatever it is. But
yeah.
when we had to go to Japan earlier in the year, we were on some other big.
Throw you a bit.
Yeah, it was a big plane. It was a different plane. When it took off, it didn't sound like anything. The Virgin
Yeah,
plane's like a lawnmower. This one was like
yeah.
nothing. And I'm like, it's not turned on. Oh, okay. Well, what I was going to do is get into some of these, right? So,
Yeah,
a couple of scenarios that you can take or leave. So, this first one is you get to win Paris-Roubaix. And when you do, you go and do a victory lap around the velodrome with the flag wrapped around your shoulders, right? After you've won.
yeah.
But when you get to the top of the track, you actually slide out and fall like a sack of shit down to the bottom. And you got to deal with that. So do you take the win and that setup forever?
Can I take Cancellara's Palmares as well, or it's just the? Nah, yeah, 100%. Of course, you're going to take Paris Roubaix. Why not?
You got to take the
People
win.
crashing Paris Roubaix all the time.
You can. And just because people like me remember that moment with the flag doesn't take it
Everyone
away.
remembers that moment.
Yeah, he doesn't. When he's sitting in this sauna, he does not care.
He couldn't care less.
Have you seen that picture where he keeps his rocks?
Yes, I have. In
It's
the like glass
elite.
cabinet in the sauna.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then I saw that one that Mitch Docker went to Burnan's house. He did a pod with him.
Mm,
And Burnan's got him on like as you enter the house on these special,
yeah,
yeah,
that's class.
it is good.
Imagine having enough Paris Roubaix couples to like meet up.
Mm, Yeah, it's a bit of a flex. Where would you
Yeah,
put
it's
yours?
unbelievable. Oh, gee. Well, I mean, I'd probably have to give him to my dad, really, to be fair.
That's
He's always wanted a Roubaix cobble.
well,
Keeps telling me every year.
well, people try and steal them every year.
Yeah, I know.
I think that was happening this year, actually. People were ripping them up. Not good. Not good. Okay. What about this? Would you rather win, Kel, an Olympic gold in the team's pursuit in an empty stadium or Olympic
Mm.
bronze in the most packed stadium you've ever seen in your life? Full of Aussies.
Wow, it's interesting because in a team pursuit, you win the bronze medal, but you lose to get silver.
Mm.
So if you win a final at the Olympics, you're still winning a race. Whereas if you get silver, yes, it's a better medal than the bronze, but you actually lost in the final. So
Mm.
a little bit too. I think I've got to take. Oh, jeez, that's hard. Probably the gold medal in an empty stadium, to be honest. I mean, I've ridden in packed stadiums in front of home crowds, and I've ridden in empty stadiums with nobody. But yeah, Olympic gold will last forever. If it was like a world title or something, maybe
Mm.
last forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Olympic gold.
It was looking like we were going to have to do that in Tokyo for a while there. We're going to have to ride in front of no one.
Yes, that's right.
And then in the end, we were lucky because the velodrome was like quite rural that we ended up having crowd anyway. But um, yeah, it was looking like it was going to be an empty stadium for a while there.
Yeah, bizarre. That's a bizarre game.
Yeah,
Um, okay. So this one, right? I thought of this just before we started. So you get a new sponsor, a new personal
yeah,
sponsor. Hallelujah. The
yeah,
agent rang up and said, Kell, I've got you sorted, right?
yeah,
You've got a new sponsor paying 5 million euro a week, right? So you can take that
yeah.
deal. But the trade-off is the sponsor's Herbalife. Do you take the money?
Herbalife.
Mm.
What's Herbalife?
No, that ruins it that you don't know. Herbalife.
I mean, I think I know, but I need to.
So, I mean, there's actually professional athletes sponsored by Herbalife. I think a couple of triathletes, right?
Right.
Herbalife is like a global leaders in nutrition, it says, but it's like one of those, those what do they call them? Mid-level marketing schemes, the MLMs. That's probably not what it's called.
Right.
Where, hang on, let me just type in what's wrong with Herbalife. It's like,
Yeah.
you
Is it
know,
like Athletic Greens or something?
oh,
Like,
I think,
or not even quite.
nah, I think Athletic Greens is a bit better, I think, than this. Here we go. I've just
Right.
Googled it.
Okay.
What is the controversy about Herbalife? Here we go. The company has been alleged to have fraudulently operated a pyramid scheme. One of those products sold by.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
can you guarantee me the 5 million euros a week? Is
Yes,
that guaranteed?
it's guaranteed.
Oh,
It's a big
how
business.
much do I have to? How much do I have to endorse them?
You just have to wear the shirts, and your family also have to as well. And they also might want to sell some product.
So they're going to pay me five. They're going to pay me 5 million euros a week
Yeah,
and put clothes on my family's back.
that's right.
It sounded like a pretty good deal to
That's a
me,
they're
mate.
a family company, mate. They're a family company, and you makes you feel good.
Oh, I mean, if it's a, oh, that's tough. That's tough.
5 million,
I'm getting
mate.
put on the record here. I'm going to be on. I'm going to be on Spotify.
Yeah,
I don't know,
top of the charts too.
top of the charts, the Australian sports and recreation charts.
Slovenian
Yeah.
Slovenian sport number one.
I mean, I'd have to get my agent to look into do his due diligence, I reckon. I'll
Okay.
leave the ball in his court. Uh,
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Herbalife is, yeah, I'm sure there's no, actually, there's definitely not a listener that has Herbalife. And if you're listening, please look after yourself. And no, and no, I don't want any Herbalife.
drop a little 20% off discount code.
Oh, I do
Hang
love a
on,
discount
sorry.
code. You're right. I love a discount code. Someone taking a shit in the bus.
No, the bus drivers decided to start driving now, so the toilet door was swinging around.
That's the way it goes. Oh,
Yeah.
Kell, mate, have you got anything for us?
Oh, have I got anything?
Yeah, you got anything for us?
I'm feeling
Any
very underprepared now that you've
words
asked
of
me a question.
wisdom? Words of wisdom for the listeners? Any advice for me?
Oh, what's wisdom for the listeners? I mean, maybe don't buy the most expensive winter cycling kit. That
Mm,
might be the first bit of wisdom.
yeah.
Also, it's never it's never too cold to train. It's not. I don't care what you say. You can look on my Instagram. I train in the snow. It's not that bad.
Mm,
Just rug up, just get done. Um, I like that. It's
yeah.
kind of been my. I've been really sitting in that a lot. Like, indoor. It's just like it's snowing. It's just how it is. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. What have you got coming up?
Me, well, speaking of snow, I'm going to Tassie in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Does it snow in Tassie? I don't know, but I'm going there for
It definitely does.
the Devil's Cardigan, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. Have you heard of that?
Cool.
Oh, hang on, I lost you there. I said, have you heard of the Devil's Cardigan?
Uh, I'm sorry. I think we're dropping out a bit now that we're on the road.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Well,
Explain it.
that's the Australian Gravel Nationals. It's just cold.
Of
Yeah, it's
course.
cold. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think I own enough clothing for that kind of cold.
Maybe you need a North Face jacket or something.
Maybe I'm going to work on the sponsors actually. North Face. That would be a nice little number.
That'd be a
TBR
great.
20.
That'd be a great sponsorship, North Face.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20. I'm gonna try that on the North Face website.
Yeah, yeah, give it a go, actually. Yeah, don't try it on Herbalife, though. All right.
Yeah,
Kel, while you're moving, mate, it was really good to talk, bro. Always good.
yeah, absolutely. No, thanks so much for having me on. Good to catch up with you again. Sorry it's been so long.
No, that's all right. It's all good, mate. No stress. Wishing you all the best for the rest of your season, man. And hopefully, well, let's see. Hopefully, I can scalp some tickets and watch you guys, if selected, at Paris.
Absolutely, yeah. See you at the games.
Yeah, yeah. Sweet. All right, Kel. Take it easy.
Beauty. Cool. Thanks for having me on, mate.
See you, bro. Bye bye.